New water, items, plants, oh my. Top of the afternoon to you laddies, it's me Waddles. Today we go feature for feature, vibrant visuals, brand new update era, and take a look at what it's got. Smash like, and let's do this. So I was curious as to what was gonna happen. Brand new update era began this week, 1.21.90.20. Oh, it's not 1.22. Now typically, for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, when a new update era begins, well that's kind of when all of the big exciting brand new spikes can kick off too. It put me at the edge of my seat. I wonder, another update? But not so much. In fact, a reversion actually. I think this place legit looked better in the last preview. Well, hey, that's fine. It's a work in progress. Maybe fog in the garden? Well, also no. Unfortunately, no beautiful fog over here. That looked nice, though. All right, that's cool. Maybe one day. I'll hold out for it. Instead, what about some lighting updates? Bam, and that's where we land today, lighting updates. Oh, yeah. So this time around, signs inside of Vibrant Visuals, they look so way better. Except, small problem, it seems like when it comes to dying signs, I don't know if that really looks very much better. Awkward. Look, week after week, even though there are great upgrades this week, we gotta remember Vibrant Visuals is a work in progress. So sometimes fixing or improving things, maybe it's not so much of that. Derpy signs aside, this preview itself is actually pretty groundbreaking. It's a quite massive preview with tons of changes. From all of those new leash updates that we've been on about that Java got a couple of weeks ago. Which, side note, I want to say I like how the leash looks on Bedrock Edition a whole lot better. Check out how that thing just lays on the ground. It's so cool. From that to some changes and upgrades to the most happy mob of all time, to even a gigantic brand new look at the menu. Yeah, a lot went down here, but perhaps the biggest single line in the entire changelog made Vibrant Visuals the default graphics mode for supported devices. So this is kind of a little bit of a groundbreaker, not gonna lie. Up until this point in time, it kind of seemed like Vibrant Visuals would be like, hey, cool, the shaders in vanilla Minecraft. Not quite. No, this is literally how vanilla Minecraft is meant to look. It's gonna be real awkward when vanilla Minecraft looks like this, and there are so many bugs inside of this preview with the lighting. Beautiful for sure, but definitely not meant to look this intense, right? No, but seriously, Vibrant Visuals becoming the default graphics setting for all the supported devices is actually properly insane. Of course, on the surface, you know exactly what that means. There's not really too much else that I could say about it, but it's just crazy. The fact to think that somebody could pick up Minecraft in 2025, later on this year when this stuff drops, you know, hop into the game for the very first time, and it just looks beautiful with gigantic glowing sun shaders and a clean water aesthetic. Look, I know that when they announced this stuff at Minecraft Live a couple of weeks ago, they said this was going to be the developer's vision for Minecraft going forward, whatever that means, but I guess whatever it means is that literally, no, the default Minecraft setting is shaders now. There's nothing else I can say about it, but look guys, that's crazy. It's groundbreaking. Water, it's one of our big core things when it comes to the Vibrant Visuals update. From beautiful reflections of the land, which I've got to say look way better this week, to sun glowing on the water, it looks good. Underneath the water, well this week, it's got a complete overhaul. No pun intended, kicking off our water deep dive here. We kick everything off at sunset hour. Pay attention to what's happening under the water, or maybe more specifically, what's not really happening under the water. With the sun so relatively low in the world, no longer will any kind of trippy water magma block effects pop up on the water. However, as the sun slowly begins to rise and therefore the light gets a little bit brighter, you see the stuff starting to fade in. The cool, sick design that gets planted all over the surface and atop the player as well, it starts to actually manifest itself. I swear, previously, I did not notice this happening when the sun was lower in the world, or maybe even not existent inside of the world. My biggest question initially was a sunrise with those beautiful colors. Does that actually show under the water when we get like a spot where we would be able to see the rays coming through or something? And unfortunately, sad answer here, we won't ever get any cool, sick sunrise popping up under the ocean like a red tone or anything like that. Oh yeah, hold on a minute. Look at how beautiful it looks up on the surface, though. I cannot stop looking at sunsets on water, guys. Skipping ahead a little bit in the day to what is approximately noon now. The water, the land down below. Oh my god, it's beautiful. I love it. Ever since Vibrant Visuals was initially debuted in the last update cycle, the water has been severely glitched. Essentially, you would get this cool water pattern, but only up to 8 blocks underneath the water. After that, all bets were off, and basically, the underside of the water floor, the depths of the ocean and deeper rivers, they were basically just pits of doom and darkness. Now, no longer is that going to be the case. Water will actually reflect all the way down. In some instances, even when it doesn't make sense. Now, in my opinion, some of the best instances where we can check this stuff out is when you're swimming around in water with sand on the floor. Because of the tone of the sand, it looks really good, and kelp all over the place. It feels like I traveled back in time. I'm in Subnautica making water base or something like that. It's so sick. Whoa, and it's already the show. We're one of them today, the dolphin. I was going to talk about you next. Your mob textures. Mob textures have been improved inside of this update with a couple specific mobs, including the dolphin. Oh, but look at you. You're so excited about the water and the vibrant visuals. Look, friend, me too. I feel exactly the same. In this week's round, the Vibrant Visual Madness, we actually have some brand new textures that have been implemented into the game. Texture numero uno, brand new. The bee's texture has been updated. Take a look at this guy right here. It looks good, beautiful, bodacious, boxy. The saddle texture for a saddled pig has been updated as well. And whoa, is that a smooth and shiny saddle? I can't lie, somewhere along the line, it looks like they maybe made the grass a little bit less shiny. I don't know when, but it still trips me up when you see these really, really shiny, sometimes differently textured textures inside of Vibrant Visuals. Next texture update, the Happy Gas, specifically the harness. The devs have changed the look of a harnessed Happy Gas inside of this preview to make it look a little bit better. And last but not least, of course, when it comes to texture updates, our sweetest freezing friend. Come on, my friend, warm up. This Strider. Inside of this week's update, this Strider has received a brand new... Why are they all babies? What are you... Huh? And wait a second, every single time a grown-up spawns, something's riding it, what? Yeah, so this is the problem here. Unfortunately, with how the change logs are done, this documentation isn't really clear as to what specifically properly changed here. I wish we had a little bit more specifics or something, but instead it's just that, hey, you know, all that stuff kind of changed, you know? While we're talking about brand new textures though, plants. The textures for many plants inside of the game have also been changed. Now this is kind of interesting here because at the least I really hope that the devs could explain what that means. Like what really does a texture update for things inside of Vibrant Visuals mean here? If I had to take a guess here, maybe I think this could mean like the lighting of certain textures, maybe? Or alternatively, because these textures inside of Vibrant Visuals are all related to different shadows depending on the time of the day, maybe these texture adjustments have to do with the shadow shaping, the shadows that are perhaps casted upon the land beneath the plant. Specifically, a couple of big ones that the devs note here in the changelog, cave vines, they have a brand new look to them, the chorus flower, which has a brand new look, various other plants in the game, of which I've laid out a ton of different ones here, so we could just kind of, at least for the sake of documenting stuff, so it's not all just lost media in the future. Well, this is kind of what a bunch of the plants are looking like. And then the single thing that was updated that throws a gigantic wrench in my theory of maybe these updates having to do with the shadows. The pumpkin was updated as well. How? Maybe less shiny, I think. But yeah, for a completely square block, I mean, clearly here, the shadow was not updated at all. So I guess I don't know. Now, inside of the changelog, we've got this gigantic hunk of text here, which is basically saying you can customize a bunch of things within Vibrant Visuals from biome to biome now. And this is insane. So look here, if I move around in this field, I go from a plains biome over here to a meadow biome, over here to a snowy biome, and taking a look at, say, the lighting, the sky color, things like that, I don't think anything changes here when I shift myself across these different biomes. That all goes to say that somewhere that you would think would be significantly different, the Pale Garden biome. Right now, inside of Vibrant Visuals, there doesn't seem to be any kind of unique dulling or graying of the sky, of course, fog, or anything like that. But seeing as this functionality has been added, I have a sneaking suspicion that this might come to the game very, very soon. Well, thanks to Smokey Stag, Alexis, and Boggy, we can get an early glimpse as to what all of this stuff might end up looking like. These next two instances of videographic media here were thrown up over on Smokey's Twitter, and clearly we can see that the player, as soon as they move into the Pale Garden biome, well, I mean, it's night and day. You move out of the Pale Garden, it's alive and well. You move back into the Pale Garden, and the deeper you go, the more black and white everything ends up shifting and becoming. This is so sick. Now, you know how it goes. Twitter is kind of trash right here, steaming garbage. It compresses these videos, like, terribly. So that's what's up with being able to count the pixels here, but this is absolutely insane. In our second video here, which is a whole lot shorter, we can see a player moving from the Pale Garden biome out into the Birch Forest biome. And the big thing to note here, the hotbar. It's fully colored, so the entire screen isn't slapping a gradient over it. It's actually all of the details within the game and the biome-specific things. Like I mentioned, it seems like within the vanilla game right now, every biome sort of just has these blanket default values that aren't unique at all. But time and time again, especially this year, we see code implemented in one update, and then an update or two later, we get a bunch of new functionality relating to that code. Look, we know at least something is on the way here, because at the least, moving into the Pale Garden like they did in the vanilla update that dropped in December, the sky should get all gray and whatever, and that doesn't even happen. Now, the final place that I'd like to wrap things up here today is with particles, spawn eggs, and armor trim textures. So like with our other texture updates, we have documentation inside of the changelog that there have been changes involving all of those things inside of this update. Specifically, what those changes look like, well, with particles, the falling leaves, this is kind of what they look like now, I guess. Spawn eggs, oh my god, they're beautiful. Now these texture updates, are we talking in-game when this is thrown on the ground? Are we talking in inventory because I still am so obsessed with these things? Or are we just talking about the creative menu here? I don't know. Whatever it is, armor trims have received brand new texture assets as well. I know it doesn't actually, but I was so curious to see. Midnight, do you glow? Unfortunately not, but imagine a glowing armor trim, right? That would look so sick. And so, we got that smooth jazz going. Where I'd like to wrap everything up with today is a little bit of a sunset fireflies at nighttime. These bushes look so beautiful, and with the colored torches off in the background here, I'm fully at peace. They definitely have improved the texturing of all of these little particles from the firefly bush. I still wish they glowed a little bit more, but I mean, I can't complain. They look so beautiful. Vibrant visuals, oh man, it's just shaping up to be a good update. For even more on this update, colored lighting secret torches, check out the series playlist. Smash like and subscribe. It's been me, Waddles. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much, and goodbye.